It was another ordinary day in Brisbane, Australia. Bluey was playing in the backyard with her little sister Bingo when something extraordinary was about to happen. The two sisters ventured into the dusty old shed behind their house. Among forgotten items, Bluey spotted something unusual. A glowing, web-covered box tucked away in the corner. As Bluey reached for the mysterious box, a small, colorful spider with bright blue and red markings crawled out from the webs. Before Bluey could react, the spider gently bit her paw. Instead of pain, she felt a warm, tingling sensation. Suddenly, Bluey began to change. Her blue fur started to shimmer with red web patterns. Her eyes became larger and more alert. Bluey discovered she could now stick to walls and ceilings. She could shoot webs from her paws, and her senses were incredibly sharp. She had become Spider Bluey. Just then, they heard a commotion from the street. A runaway ice cream truck. Spider Bluey swung into action, using her new web-slinging abilities to chase down the truck. With her enhanced agility and strength, she managed to safely stop it before anyone got hurt. The crowd cheered for their new superhero. From that day forward, Bluey used her spider powers to help her community, always remembering that with great power comes great responsibility. And so, the adventures of Spider Bluey began, bringing joy, help, and web-slinging fun to everyone in Brisbane. Because sometimes, the most ordinary days can become the most extraordinary adventures.
It was a quiet Tuesday morning in the Healer household. Bluey and Bingo were having breakfast with Mum and Dad, just like any other day. But something felt different. Bluey noticed the kitchen clock's hands were moving backwards. The sunlight was coming from the wrong direction, and the calendar on the wall kept flickering, showing the same date over and over, March 15th. "Mum," Bluey said, pointing at the calendar. "Why does it keep saying March 15th? But when she looked around, her family seemed frozen in time, their movements slow and strange. The milk in Bingo's cereal bowl began flowing upward, defying gravity. Outside the window, birds flew backwards through the sky. Bluey's reflection in the bathroom mirror moved a few seconds behind her actual movements. The house began to shake with a low, ominous humming sound. Clocks throughout the house started spinning wildly in impossible directions. Some forwards, some backwards, some sideways. Family photos on the walls flickered rapidly, showing different moments from their lives. Baby pictures, current photos, and even glimpses of possible futures. Bluey watched in amazement as she rapidly shifted between different ages. Sometimes she was an adult dog with children of her own, then back to a tiny puppy, then her current age. The kitchen walls shifted between different time periods. New and modern, then old and vintage, then futuristic and strange. In the hallway, they discovered a mysterious grandfather clock that showed galaxies and distant stars instead of numbers. The clock's hands spun in impossible patterns, and reality seemed to bend around it. The family saw glimpses of alternate versions of themselves, different life choices, different possibilities, all overlapping in a confusing temporal maze. As the temporal chaos intensified, the Healer family realized what was happening. They were experiencing their deepest fear, the fear of time passing, of change, of growing up and growing apart. But instead of running away, they joined hands around the mysterious grandfather clock. Their love and bond created a warm, stabilizing energy that began to calm the temporal storm. The clock revealed its truth. It wasn't a curse, but a reflection of their fears about time and change. As they embraced the natural flow of time together, the clock chimed 12 times, and everything returned to normal. The calendar finally moved to March 16th, then 17th. That evening, as they snuggled together for bedtime, the grandfather clock ticked peacefully in the background. They had learned that time's passage wasn't something to fear, but something to cherish, because every moment together was precious. It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon in Brisbane when everything changed forever. The Healer family was enjoying a peaceful picnic in the park when the sky suddenly darkened with ominous storm clouds that seemed to appear from nowhere. "That's strange," Chilli said, looking up at the swirling purple and green clouds. The weather forecast said it would be sunny all day. Bandit was setting up the picnic blanket when a strange, shimmering meteorite streaked across the sky, leaving a trail of sparkling cosmic dust. The meteorite crashed into the nearby pond with a tremendous splash, sending waves of glittering water in all directions. "Wow! Did you see that?" Bluey exclaimed, her tail wagging with excitement. "That was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen." Bingo, always more cautious than her sister, hid behind Chilli. "What if it's dangerous, Mum?" Before anyone could answer, the cosmic dust from the meteorite began to settle around them like magical snow. Each family member breathed in the mysterious particles, and immediately they felt a strange tingling sensation throughout their bodies. "I feel different," Bandit said, flexing his arms. Suddenly, his muscles began to grow larger and more defined. His blue fur took on a metallic sheen, and his eyes glowed with a brilliant silver light. Chilli gasped as she felt herself becoming lighter than air. Her orange fur began to shimmer with golden energy, and she found herself floating several inches off the ground. "I think I can fly," she said in amazement. Bluey felt an incredible surge of speed coursing through her veins. Her blue fur crackled with electric energy, and when she took a step forward, she moved so fast she became a blur. "I'm super fast," she shouted with glee. Bingo discovered that she could see through objects and far into the distance. Her orange fur glowed with a warm, protective light, and she realized she could create force fields with her mind. "I can see everything and protect everyone," she said proudly. But their moment of wonder was short-lived. From the crater where the meteorite had landed, dark, twisted creatures began to emerge. These shadow monsters were made of pure darkness and malice, with glowing red eyes and sharp claws that could tear through anything. "Citizens of Earth!" boomed the largest shadow monster, its voice echoing across the park. "We are the Void Legion, and we have come to consume your world's light and joy. Soon, everything will be darkness." The shadow monsters began spreading across the park, turning the beautiful green grass black and withering the flowers with their touch. Families with children started screaming and running in terror. "We have to help them," Bluey said, her new super speed making her voice sound like a buzzing bee. "But we don't know how to use these powers yet," Bingo worried, creating a small, flickering force field around herself. Bandit stepped forward, his new super strength making the ground shake with each step. "Then we'll learn together as a family. We've always been strongest when we work as a team." Chilli floated higher into the air, her golden energy illuminating the darkening sky. "The children are counting on us. We can't let fear stop us from doing what's right." And so, the healer family transformed into the legendary healer heroes. Bandit became Steel Dad, with the power of incredible strength and an unbreakable metallic hide. Chilli became Golden Mum, with the ability to fly and project healing light. Bluey became Lightning Blue, the fastest hero alive with the power to move at the speed of light. And Bingo became Shield Sister, with the power of supervision and protective force fields. The battle began as the shadow monsters advanced toward the fleeing families. Steel Dad charged forward, his powerful fists smashing through the dark creatures like they were made of paper. "You picked the wrong park to invade," he shouted. Golden Mum soared overhead, her healing light restoring the withered plants and giving hope to the frightened people below. "Everyone stay calm. The healer heroes are here to protect you." Lightning Blue zipped around the battlefield at incredible speed, creating whirlwinds that scattered the smaller shadow monsters. "You can't catch what you can't see," she taunted, moving so fast she appeared to be in multiple places at once. Shield Sister used her supervision to spot shadow monsters trying to sneak up on innocent bystanders, then protected them with her powerful force fields. "No one gets hurt on my watch," she declared bravely. But the shadow monsters kept coming, and their leader, the massive Void King, emerged from the crater. He was 3 times the size of the other monsters, with wings of pure darkness and claws that could slice through steel. "Foolish heroes," the Void King roared. "You cannot stop the eternal darkness. I will drain the light from your world and leave nothing but despair." The Void King unleashed a wave of dark energy that knocked all 4 heroes to the ground. For a moment, it seemed like all hope was lost. "We're not strong enough," Bluey gasped, struggling to get back on her feet. Maybe individually, Bandit said, helping his daughters up. But together, we're unstoppable. Chilli smiled, her golden light growing brighter. Remember what we always say. The magic happens when we play together. The four heroes joined hands, and their powers began to combine in amazing ways. Steel Dad's strength merged with Lightning Blue's speed, creating devastating superpowered punches. Golden Mum's healing light combined with Shield Sister's protective barriers, creating an impenetrable dome of golden energy around all the innocent people. Family power combo attack, they shouted in unison. Lightning Blue ran in circles around the Void King at super speed while Steel Dad threw incredibly powerful punches. Golden Mum channeled her healing light through Shield Sister's force fields, creating beams of pure goodness that weakened the shadow monsters. The Void King tried to fight back, but he was no match for the combined power of family love and teamwork. The heroes' united energy created a brilliant explosion of light that banished all the shadow monsters back to the dark dimension from which they came. As the last of the darkness faded away, the park returned to its beautiful, peaceful state. The families who had been in danger cheered and applauded their new heroes. "Thank you, healer heroes," called out a little boy. "You saved us all. Will you keep protecting our city?" asked a grateful mother. Steel Dad looked at his family with pride. "As long as there are people who need help, the healer heroes will be there." Golden Mum added, "Because the greatest superpower of all is caring for others." Lightning Blue bounced excitedly. "And we'll always be ready for the next adventure." Shield Sister smiled shyly. "Together, we can face anything." From that day forward, the healer family continued their normal lives. But whenever danger threatened Brisbane, they would transform into the mighty healer heroes. They learned that being a superhero wasn't just about having amazing powers. It was about using those powers to help others and working together as a team. And though they faced many more monsters and villains in the days that came, they always remembered the most important lesson of all, that the strongest power in the universe is the love of a family who stands together.